A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Philippians. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence and if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen, and the God of peace will be with you. The word of the Lord.
Thanks, Mother Whitney. Hey, everybody. Hey, freshmen and sophomores and juniors. I've been really thinking a lot about graduation and working with seniors for the last week, so I'm really glad to be spending some of this morning with you. This year began in a fairly traditional way and ended very differently. And I got to tell you guys, I am so impressed with your resilience and your grit and your creativity. And I'm delighted to acknowledge just a bit of that today. I want to say congratulations first broadly, though, to every student for getting to the finish line in this very strange year. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the presentation. Back to you, Mother Whitney.
Thank you, Dr. Stevenson. Well, this morning, team, we will begin first with our celebration of the class of 2023. And I'd like to invite our chair of the science department, Mr. LaTroy.
Hello. I'd like to start with the first student. The student combines a wonderful combination of collaboration, curiosity, growth, and dogged determination for biology. The biologists wish to recognize Evan Albritton. The second award for 2023. All year, she has clearly demonstrated a true passion and love for science. She asks detailed and thoughtful questions, always looking to deepen her knowledge of a topic. True understanding is her goal, and it shows in all of her work. This award goes to Lucy Ward. For her clearly demonstrated passion and love of science and biology this year, from her experiment on bacteria to her classwork and intriguing questions, she always shared her interest and knowledge with those around her. For biology, we award Zoe Hymas. And now Miss Dill with the class of 2023 awards for history.
Hello, Mr. Jones, Ms. Tran, and I have 4 awards to give. So let's begin. Did you know there is a National Crying Day? It's June 24th. There's Embrace Your Geekness Day. It's July 13th. So what do you call a day that's titled Embrace Challenges with Thoughtfulness, Discipline, Hard Work, while embodying a calm, gentle ferocity? Emma Kim Day. Emma Kim Day is every day. The first 9th grade history award goes to Emma Kim. This next award, this young historian's enthusiasm is palpable in her insightful contributions to class discussions. Her class presentations exude passion for the subject matter and a knack for drawing comparisons between different eras and civilizations. She never shirks from a difficult research topic and often goes above and beyond the basic requirements. This 9th grade history award goes to Kelly Carolyn. Inquisitive, thoughtful, and persistent, this student loves learning, and his enthusiasm toward the nuances of ancient history makes him a pleasure to teach. Throughout the year, he made connections with motifs in history, and his insights routinely linked ancient and current events. Even in distance learning, he was the first in the classroom and the last to leave. This 9th grade history award goes to TJ Job. 3 types of people exist in the world: those who shy away from challenge, those who rise to a challenge, and those who seek out and embrace challenge. This student's inquisitive nature aided him throughout the year, and he approached history class in the same manner he approaches everything in his life, with a relentless pursuit of excellence. This 9th grade history award goes to William George Sikes. And now, Miss Berry with the class of 2023 awards for math.
Hello, so we are presenting 4 awards to the 9th grade class for math this year. So the first description, this person came into Algebra 2 as a stellar math student. She has a strong work ethic and a drive to understand. But the area she grew the most in was her ability to problem solve and try any idea that came to her mind. The key to being a good problem solver is to find understanding that can hide in the wrong solution to a problem. The first math award for 9th grade goes to Lucy Ward. This hardworking student is invaluable in the classroom. He propels class discussions forward and is a thoughtful collaborator with his peers. His love of math is palpable, and he's well respected for his eagerness to any new topic. As many of his classmates move on to college, it's clear that they will never forget Clay. I promise it's funny if you were there. The second math award for 9th grade goes to Clay Goldsmith. This student is a creative and thoughtful mathematician. She is not afraid of challenges and tackles them with grit and determination. Quiet force in the classroom, she is someone who leads by example and sets a high bar. The third math award for 9th grade goes to Milli Barnstone. This student's work has been amazing throughout the year. In addition to demonstrating a deep understanding of the concepts, his mechanics are impeccable. His solutions to problems are consistently elegant and correct. Because of his diligent practice, he has been able to consistently earn top scores on tests with apparent ease. It is not just his mastery of the material, but also the way he made it seem so easy that was especially impressive. For all his excellent work, he has earned the respect of his peers and his math teacher. The last math award for 9th grade goes to William Sikes. And now the class of 2023 English awards.
Hi there. We have 1 English 9 award for the class of 2023. One comes to know the student best through her writing, at once analytically precise, critically incisive, and deeply concerned with the beauty of words and images. Her writing in every genre astounds. In class, she is a kind and collegial citizen who listens more than she speaks and lifts up her peers and their ideas in conversations big and small. The English 9 award goes to Nadia Sue. And now, Dr. Guidi with the class of 2023 awards for the fine arts.
Good morning. The winner for this year's 9th grade Instrumental Music Award was ready to jump in right from the start and without hesitation. Whether he was be placed in a rock band or a jazz band, he was ready to do his part and make some music. A tremendously hard worker, team player, and dependable force, this year's winner is Clay Goldsmith. The Acting 1 award goes to William Sikes. William played Tony, the lead romantic role, in You Can't Take It With You. In addition to some excellent character work, William juggled back-to-back athletics, late rehearsals, and homework. William was also in Spring Awakening. His hard-carrying nature was also beautifully reflected in his visual art and prayer eye project created for the COVID monologues. It is a pleasure to watch William create. Congratulations, William. The winner for this year's 9th grade Tech Theater Award goes to a very enthusiastic student whose dedication was evident from the very beginning of the school year. From working backstage during the musical to his scene shop stewardship, this student contributed great ideas and worked diligently on every project put in front of him. In class, he always was ready to assist in any way he could after completing his projects. The theater department is excited to award Jaime De La Garza this year's 9th grade Tech Theater Award. This year's 9th grade Vocal Music Award goes to a student whose talent, hard work, and accolades speak for themselves. As a member of the concert choir, this student has shown positivity and preparedness. He has worked hard to better himself as a musician, auditioning for outside choirs, pushing himself to learn a difficult contest solo far beyond the expected skill set of a freshman, and ultimately qualifying for the state contest. When one ensemble opportunity didn't work out for him, he learned a completely different ensemble and helped his peers qualify for the state contest. He's beloved by the choir and brings such a light and energy to the room. It is the honor of the Fine Arts Department to award the Class of 2023 Vocal and Music Award to Kai Brown. And now, the Class of 2023 Awards for Languages.
Hello. This student is a gifted, enthusiastic, and diligent language scholar who has demonstrated an excellent command of the language. The Mandarin Award goes to Nadia Xu. Now the Spanish Award.
This year's Spanish Award for the class of 2023 goes to two ninth graders who have been described as bright, attentive students who are always thinking and making connections. These smart young women are motivated, humble, and delightful to teach. They continually strive to express themselves effectively, confidently, and fluently. Furthermore, they are welcoming and inclusive towards their classmates. The Spanish Award for the class of 2023 goes to Evan Albritton and Mary Louisa Donahue.
For Latin, we have two award winners this year. Though a quiet observer in class, this student's fierce intellect is apparent in everything she does, and her competitiveness often appears during Gym Kit and other class games. She has made it her business to thoroughly master Latin 1. During distance learning, it was apparent she was going above and beyond to master the material. One Latin award for the class of 2023 goes to Rachel Kilgard. This next student is as humble as he is capable. Although he is frequently the first student to know the answer to a difficult question, he often encourages classmates to give their best effort as well. He is a team player in the classroom, as an officer for the Latin Club, and as captain of his Kirtaman team. During distance learning, he has continued to grow his skills and knowledge beyond required class time by participating in multiple virtual Latin tournaments. This class of 2023 Latin Award goes to William Sikes.
Abundant congratulations to all the freshman winners from the class of 2023. We continue by celebrating members of the class of 2022, starting with our Science Awards and DLAT.
For the class of 2022 Science Award, for high achievement in chemistry and physics, she is a stellar example of how to excel in the sciences. It feels like working with a high-achieving college student. She receives feedback once, and she is applying and extending herself at the very next opportunity. An overall excellent sophomore, Daphne Nguyen. Our second award for the class of 2022. She shows a passion for science and is always asking questions. She just loves the sciences and wants to explore more. For her perseverance in both chemistry and physics, another excellent achiever, Ella Parker. And now, Dr. Garza with the History Awards for the class of 2022.
Good morning. The first award goes to a student with relentless curiosity who deeply craves to learn and understand. In addition to reading more than what is required and thinking outside of the box, this scholar cares deeply about the human condition from many perspectives. The award goes to Avery Wayne. The second award goes to a young scholar who is never satisfied with the easy or even the first answer to a question. Bringing a rigorous analysis and strong moral compass to his work, this student engages in a meaningful dialogue with the past and the present. The award goes to Michael Barrow. And now, Ms. Hendricksey with the Math Awards for the class of 2022.
This student came into Algebra 2 with a strong foundation in mathematics. It was clear that her teacher last year was excellent and inspiring. She has an impeccable work ethic and constantly pushes herself to not only understand procedures, but make sense of the logic and concepts behind the topic. This student is a determined learner, and I especially appreciate her authentic enthusiasm for learning math. Her work is always impeccable, and she is a tireless worker. Teaching her has brought me endless joy. I'm excited to follow her in her math journey, as she has such a bright future ahead. The first math award for the 10th grade goes to Scout Swanson. This student is a dynamic and insightful student who doesn't merely learn math, she discovers math. Her ability to visualize a concept from a bird's eye view enables her to produce generalized solutions to specific problems, meaning that she can adeptly apply her skills with multiple representations of a problem. She eagerly shares questions and solutions she's worked on her own time. During lessons, she asks probing questions that further the class's understanding each day. The second math award for 10th grade goes to Hannah Hutchison. This student is an enthusiastic and curious math student. She always dove into the topics being taught and pushed herself to understand not only the concept, but the reasons behind the concept, and was excited to make connections to other mathematical ideas. She came to every class with a smile on her face and a will to take the most she possibly could away from each class. It's so refreshing to see a student that habitually comes to class with a thirst for discovering more mathematics. I'm excited to see her soar in all her future math classes. The third math award for 10th grade goes to Julia Cutler. This student came into this year with a strong foundation in mathematics. She always welcomed a challenge in class by taking on more difficult problems. She was always willing to help her peers to better understand the content. It was as if she was cognizant that to teach is to learn twice. She was also a very motivated and proactive student, oftentimes completing assignments before they were even given, as if to take on an added challenge. We were honored to have been able to work with her this year in Algebra 2 and look forward to watching her flourish in future mathematics classes. The fourth math award for 10th grade goes to Krista Draco. Finally, this student impressed her teachers in both computer science and pre-calculus BC. Her thoughtful dedication to understanding and joy at each new discovery are matched by her curiosity and spirit of exploration. Her aptitude for math combined with her work ethic and interest in the perspectives of those around her make her an exemplary math student. The last award for the 10th grade goes to Maya Urban. And now Ms. Tollefson with the English Awards for the class of 2022.
We have 3 English awards for the class of 2022. This student stands out for consistently bringing creativity and sophistication to reading and writing projects. As her thoughtful, thought-provoking responses to literature highlight, she meets texts with enthusiasm and perspicacity, and she gravitates toward a challenge. We are so pleased to recognize Avery Wayne. Possessing extraordinary analytical skills, innate passion for information and ideas, a talent for expression, wonderful tact, and personal warmth, this student is the very embodiment of a stellar English scholar. We are happy to present this award to Julia Cutler. And the last one, compassion, gratitude, and a complex understanding of the bigger picture characterize this student's work. In her reading, writing, and thinking, she applies a rational, humane lens to bring clarity to ethical discussions and analytical writing. We are proud to recognize Krista Draco. And now Dr. Guidi with the Fine Arts Awards for the class of 2021-22.
Good morning again. Sorry, I had a technical difficulty here. Here we go. With an unstoppable attitude and unwavering tenacity, this student epitomizes determination. Her passion for music is contagious, and she makes everyone around her better with her fire and energy. The 10th grade Instrumental Award goes to Lorena Koppel. The Acting 2 Award goes to Mckenzie Saldana. Mckenzie played Penny, the eccentric mom, in You Can't Take It With You. She displayed much confidence and vocal growth in her comedic character work. Mckenzie also served as assistant student director for the musical Spring Awakening. As a student director, she displayed strong communication and organizational skills, patience, and led by example. Mckenzie also ended this year's organizing much of the virtual auditions for next year's musical, Evita. Congratulations, Mckenzie. This year's recipient of the 10th grade Tech Theater Award has gone above and beyond in her work backstage this year. Working as a stage manager and props crew for our production of You Can't Take It With You, and as part of the stage crew for Spring Awakening, she has shown us she is a quiet force of nature who will find a solution for any challenge and motivate all those around her. This year, the theater department is excited to honor Sarah Carey for her dedication, hard work, and leadership. This sophomore vocalist is an essential figure in the fine arts department. Need to catalog your music and organize your entire classroom? She can do that. Need to educate people on how to put stands back correctly? She's got it. When it comes to singing, if you need someone with whom to practice your region cuts or to review your concert music, she is always in a practice room. She is hungry to learn and works hard to improve herself as a musician and a singer. She is beloved by the entire choir, who call her Mom, because she takes care of each of them and welcomes everyone, old and new, into the choir family. This year's 10th grade Vocal Music Award goes to Lainey Goodrum. And now, the Language Awards for the class of 2022.
This student demonstrates a high linguistic aptitude and an impeccable work ethic. She is focused, conscientious, and reliable. The Mandarin Award goes to Ella Sheehan. Now the Spanish Award.
This student is described as someone who immerses herself in Spanish. She has a lovely accent, she produces thorough and creative work, and she expresses deep thoughts in Spanish very naturally. She diligently works and prepares, then gracefully and seamlessly exhibits command of the language. Her work is exemplary, yet she is modest. She never fails to deliver her best work. The Spanish Award for the class of 2022 goes to Claudia Ellington. And now Ms. Dill with the Latin Award.
This student's talent for language and enthusiasm for ancient history is apparent to anyone who sees him in class or playing curtamen. He is a leader both in class and out, having recently been appointed as parliamentarian for this Texas State Junior Classical League. During distance learning, he has continued to grow in his skills and knowledge beyond required class time by preparing for and excelling in multiple virtual Latin tournaments. The Latin Award for the class of 2022 goes to Bering Edwards. And now, Mother Whitney with the Religious Studies Awards for the class of 2022.
Thank you, Ms. Dill. We have 3 awards for the sophomore class in Religious Studies. The first award is for a student whose enthusiasm and joy was pervasive in religion, art, and technology. Always thinking ahead, he actually created a place for virtual worship as a final project, a church that exists in Minecraft, which proves to us that he may also be prophetic. The first Religious Studies Award for the class of 2022 goes to Bray Stratton. The second Religious Studies Award goes to a student whose insight, humor, and curiosity made a classroom full of sophomores and seniors gel together and city on a hill, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam in Jerusalem. He actually fulfilled his teacher's dream by going to Jerusalem shortly after our class ended and getting to make those wonderful connections between theory and practice, the imagined and the concrete. Our second Religious Studies Award for the class of 2022 goes to Josh Gilbert. Finally, this sophomore who just finished Living Religions approached the subject matter with graceful tenacity and zeal. Her engagement with the sources moved beyond academic study and into personal connection and application in exactly the way we hope that studying living religions can lead to. Our final Religious Studies Award for the class of 2022 goes to Claudia Ellington. Congratulations, sophomores. And now we'd like to celebrate the junior class of 2021, beginning with our Science Awards that will be read by Mr. Dunn.
It is my privilege and pleasure to present the Science Awards for the class of 2021. Unrelenting in his pursuit of AP Physics mastery, he never hides behind a question and demonstrates a true pleasure in finding things out. He is humble and always thoughtfully engaged. Congratulations to Colt Pepe. For our second award, this school year, she has demonstrated growth as a learner and rose as a leader in class discussions. Moreover, in her commitment to the chemistry department as lab manager, she has stood out as selfless, dependable, and accountable. Our gratitude and recognition goes to Lila Josie. And our final award, a steering committee member for the Science Research Symposium, she put her time towards showcasing the work of others and highlighting science at St. Andrews. In the classroom, she mastered the intricacies of AP chemistry and owned every part of her success. For hard work and dedication, Louise Lerner. And now, Ms. Elliott with the History Awards for the class of 2021.
Hi, everybody. We have 2 History 11 awards that we're proud to present. The first, each day this student arrived not only well prepared, but consistently engaged no matter what. While his grit and determination may come naturally, he coupled this with a genuine curiosity and desire to understand, leading his peers with humility and humor. The 11th grade History Award goes to Colt Pepe. This student approached our class with genuine intellectual curiosity and an open-minded willingness to challenge his own perceptions and think critically about deeply held beliefs. Every day he was ready to ask himself and his peers why and what if to get to the heart of our discussions. Because his teacher cannot imagine what this year would have been like without him in the room, the 11th grade History Award also goes to Charlie Welland. Congratulations. And now Mr. Otto with the Math Awards for the class of 2021.
Hello. This student has been really impressive in her focus and willingness to think outside the box this year. She brings a shimmying joy to math class and a drive to learn the nuances of mathematical concepts. She is a force to be reckoned with in the classroom and a great contributor to class discussions. The first Math Award for 11th grade goes to Emma Schmidt. Since this student's freshman year, his love of math has emanated from him like a bright light emanating from church soap. He is witty and insightful. But what is most amazing is his ability to take difficult concepts of calculus and explain them in a clear, concise, and thorough manner. He isn't satisfied with knowing that a mathematical concept works. He often wants to know why it works, and how he can apply it to other mathematical ideas. The second Math Award for 11th grade goes to Guy Creek Burr. This soft-spoken student has a prowess for understanding the nuances of mathematical concepts in calculus. He has often been at the top of his class and shares his understanding with his classmates. He has a quiet humility around his brilliance. The third Math Award for 11th grade goes to Cade Killbride. This student loves math, and that makes her a joy to have in the classroom. Even when she earns high marks on an assessment, she is not satisfied until she truly understands the ins and outs of a topic. and will work outside of class to that end. Her careful focus and sharp mind will ensure that she is a valued member of any classroom in which she finds herself. The fourth math award for 11th grade goes to Anabel Briggs. With a genuine love for math, this student comes to class each day ready to learn. She truly lights up when asked to go to the board to solve problems. She loves the challenge that this environment creates and is great at taking individual responsibility to solve the problems correctly and efficiently, but also in working with her group to make sure all around her understand the concepts. The fifth math award for 11th grade goes to Bailey Bharti. This student is a very focused and quiet leader in the classroom. She does amazing, consistent work at the board, solving pre-cal problems, and is inquisitive about the why of a solution. The sixth award goes to Eugenia De La Garza. This student is a diligent and meticulous mathematician. She becomes absorbed with challenging problems and can't let go until she arrives at the solution. Also, her drawings to illustrate problems are one of a kind. The seventh award goes to Sophia Houston. Whether it is at the board, solving problems, working a web-assigned homework, or doing great work on a project using LaTeX, this student is defined by her persistence and resilience. She is at her best when working with the most challenging problems and brings great enthusiasm to her work. The eighth math award for 11th grade goes to Lauren Litsky. And last, this student's discipline with which he approaches math class serves as an example to others. His innate skills are complemented by his willingness to ask questions. His questions are always well thought out and show the degree to which he considered different strategies and elements of the problem. He has grown in his confidence to tackle complex problems and find connections across topics. And he deserves this award not only for his progress this year, but the progress he has shown in his career at St. Andrew's Upper School. The last math award for 11th grade goes to Timmy O'Brien. And now, the Class of 2021 English Awards.
There are 2 English awards for the class of 2021. For her excellent analytical ability, her graceful prose, and her extraordinary love of literature, we are pleased to present this award to Evelyn Berry. And the second one, for her joyful, brilliant writing and thoughtful, inquisitive contributions to class discussions, this English 11 award goes to Bunny Pease. And now, Mr. Jarosinski with the Fine Arts Awards for the class of 2021.
Good morning. This year's 11th grade Instrumental Music Award goes to a wonderful musician who has become a role model with her passion, dedication, and drive. As an accomplished vocalist and songwriter, whether playing acoustic bass, tenor saxophone, guitar, drums, or piano, she always shines on stage. The 11th grade Instrumental Award goes to Caroline Parker. This year's 11th grade Theater Production Award goes to Eugenia De La Garza. Eugenia started her year off by playing Wendella in Spring Awakening. Her vocal and acting talents are top-notch. She was in the Short Play Festival 415-ish. She also played Babe in the senior directing series Crimes of the Heart. She was to be a featured singer in The Mad Woman of Chaillot. Eugenia works hard at all her commitments. It is a pleasure to award Eugenia for her passion on and off the stage. The winner for this year's 11th grade Tech Theater Award goes to a very reserved yet dedicated student. You can find her on stage dancing and backstage designing and creating costumes, effortlessly balancing the two. Having served as a costume crew member of at least 6 shows for both the middle school and upper school in her time at SAS, her familiarity with the mysteries of the costume room storage system make her a resident expert. The theater department is excited to award Nina Jordan this year's 11th grade Tech Theater Award. Now for vocal music. Although the Vocal Music Award recognizes this young woman's skills as a singer, so many more adjectives come to mind when we think of her. She is humble and kind, articulate and calm, and can light up the room with her voice and her smile. She is an exceptional musician who started her freshman year in choir as the quiet alto on the end of the first row, who didn't audition for anything and has ended her junior year as the top-ranked alto in the state, a state qualifying soloist and ensemble member, a singer in the select choir, and the assistant musical director of the fall musical. She works so incredibly hard each and every day to better herself and the singers around her. It is the honor of the Fine Arts Department to award the 11th grade Vocal Music Award to Lindsay Borgerding. And last but not least, always smiling as she enters the art studio, this young artist jumps right into making art. She has an astounding work ethic which blossomed from the art studio at school to at-home learning this spring. She has produced an exciting body of work on her own using the extended time to create. A self-motivated artist that needs no prompting, Raquel challenges herself to continually try new ideas and materials, teaching herself along the way. Bold, bright, and genuine, she creatively moves through life and brightens the day for all. The 11th grade Artist Award is given to Raquel Garcia. And now the Language Awards for the class of 2021.
This student is a talented Mandarin scholar with an impressive grasp of the language. He is enthusiastic, diligent, and inquisitive. The Mandarin Award goes to Jack Haverman. Now the Spanish Award.
This student has been described by her teachers as tenacious and hardworking, as well as respectful, positive, and enthusiastic. She has a solid determination to read and write accurately, to listen discerningly, and to speak confidently. She expresses a genuine curiosity and enthusiasm for the Spanish language and Hispanic cultures. The Spanish Award for the class of 2021 goes to Josephine Dowd. And now Ms. Dill with the Latin Award.
Parwa and I have two 11th grade Latin awards. This student sometimes seems surprised by her own proficiency with the Latin language, but her work is consistently top-notch, her knowledge is solid, and her enthusiasm is contagious. Her work has been outstanding throughout the year, and she asks questions that both show her own critical thinking and help to illuminate the issues for others. During distance learning, she has enthusiastically continued to engage with the material, making class a more interesting experience for us all. This 11th grade Latin award goes to Maria Tobias. This student consistently does outstanding work, which has resulted in an impressive understanding of the language. She is not only invested in her own learning, but also in others' positive experiences with Latin, which is perhaps why she has served in many Latin Club leadership positions, both at school and statewide. During distance learning, she has continued to challenge herself by preparing for and excelling in multiple virtual Latin competitions. This 11th grade Latin award goes to Emma Schmidt. And now, Mother Whitney with the Religious Studies Awards for the class of 2021.
Team teaching and a pandemic couldn't dissuade this member of the junior class from being an outstanding religious studies student who models her curiosity and engagement with both consistency and constancy, not to mention a healthy sense of humor. The Religious Studies Award for the class of 2021 goes to Cameron Gattell. All right, team, thank you so much for coming. Before we leave, Dr. Stevenson, I'd like to invite you back to read our Presidential Service Award winners for the classes of 2023, 2022, and 2021.
With pleasure. Thank you, Mother Whitney. And now I'd like to announce the Presidential Service Award winners. These are awarded for hours and hours of community service, often out of the spotlight. Our servant pillar is perhaps the least recognized of our pillars, yet it's arguably the most important, the most central to our mission as an Episcopal school. So I am so pleased to conclude this ceremony with the announcement of the Presidential Service Award winners for 2019-2020. They are Patrick Anderson, Sarah Carey, Isabella Castro, Helen Chapin Iserloh, Lainey Goodrum, Mark Greenberg, Morgan Harrison, Benjamin Hoffer, Isabel Horn, Priya Julian, Louise Lerner, Heather Long, Avery Lynch, Sarah Merritt, Asha Patel, Mckenzie Saldana, Rayan Syed, Max Tibbert, Maria Tobias, Mia Tobias. Congratulations to all of our servants and to all of our underclassmen this year. I hope you have a wonderful summer. I look forward to seeing you soon. Back to Mother Whitney.
Thank you, Dr. Stevenson. And before Mr. Murphy closes us with a prayer, I would just like to announce that this year's Chapel Award goes to everybody. Yay! I don't have a drum set, but I have a tambourine. Mr. Murphy, will you please close us out with a prayer?
Very happily, yes. Let us pray. Dear God, we have finished a year of school and we are grateful. We have been challenged and tested. We have studied and played. We have loved and we have grown. We are ready for a long and joy-filled rest. Bless this school year now ending. Bless our teachers and our friends. May our bodies stay well, our hearts and minds open, and may all of our learning help us to serve this world you love so dearly. Amen.
Team, this life is short, and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who journey with us. So be quick to love, make haste to be kind, and the blessing of God be upon you this day and always. Let us bless the Lord. Thanks be to God. All right, team, good award ceremony. Make good choices. Jesus loves you. We'll see you out there.